What's up, sports bettors? It's Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and I have some insanely profitable MLB best bets for you guys tomorrow. Insanely profitable MLB bets for you guys tomorrow. Of course, I found these bets using the OddsJam positive expected value page. Let me zoom in a little bit to do a little bit of a recap on how things went yesterday, both paid picks and free picks. I guess yesterday meaning today's betting slate, so August 3rd. The bets I have are for tomorrow, August 4th. Pretty rough. I won't lie, pretty rough. As of right now, down to roughly 2.6 units, bringing our total units won down to 1.33. We were up prior to this, obviously a little bit better, closer to 4. Had a rough day today. Still have 2 bets pending, so if those both hit, I could salvage the day a little bit. We'll just have to see. But for tomorrow, I have some, like I said, some insanely profitable MLB best bets. Found, of course, using OddsJam. If you do want access to all of our picks, I would recommend checking out the OddsJam Discord. This is something, it's a couple weeks old now. We have some free stuff. We have some paid stuff. Everything is being tracked in the spreadsheet that you see here. So everything that you see that's posted on the Discord, posted here on YouTube, any free pick that goes in the Discord is being tracked. So we do have all of the numbers. For expert picks, we are up, as of right now, just over 1.3. And we are actually down a decent amount. So this up 1.3. I think if you look at the past maybe 10 days or so, let's look at the 28th on. From July 28th on, when we kind of fine-tuned some things and really got down a good schedule, we're up 18 units. So that means we were down, obviously, like 16. I think at our worst, we were down 16. Now we finally got in the green. I have some high hopes for things ahead. And then for prize picks, we are up 2 units. So up on both platforms. We are up money, just getting higher. So definitely recommend checking these out. The link to the Discord is in the description of the video. And yeah, basically, logic being, I'm lucky enough that my full-time job essentially is to line shop and find the best bets. Alex is the OddsJam co-founder, incredibly smarter than me. And then we also have Randall, who is our head of sales and former Westgate finisher, all posting our expert picks. So we understand not everybody necessarily has the time to go in and find their own bets and do all the proper line shopping it takes to be profitable. So just tail our best bets and we can all start cashing together. But for this video, I'll say it again, insanely profitable MLB bets for tomorrow. So every play I get, I find using the OddsJam positive EV page. Looks like there are 2 plays on the screen here, both on Caesars, that I have a ton of faith in. I'm actually going to start with this last one here, the Mets versus Braves over 8 runs, minus 105 on Caesars. And this is a bet that I really, really like, even though the fact that it only has a 1.83% positive EV. Even these lower EV percents, you can still find some really profitable plays, like I found with this over 8 runs. So the play is at minus 105 on Caesars. This is actually going to be a 3-unit play for me. So I'm going to put the full 3 units on this one, which is 150 for me. I have about a $50 unit size. So let me go ahead and place this bet. So bet has been locked in. And let's talk about it. So number one, of course, it's positive expected value. I found it using OddsJam. What positive EV means is that the play that we are betting, the bet that we are placing, has some sort of edge on it. We have some sort of edge over the sportsbook that we are placing the bet on. In this case, being Caesars. So I bet it on Caesars for $150 at minus 105. The OddsJam line prices this at minus 116, and with the VIG removed, is priced at about minus 109. So talking about what all this stuff means, the OddsJam line is pulled from Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sportsbook in the world in terms of pricing odds. So these odds you see here under the OddsJam line, basically viewed as the true line. The VIG is the juice that sportsbooks price up odds. It's how they make their money. They essentially charge a tax when they price odds. So they come up with what they think a fair win percentage is for a bet. Then they charge some sort of juice, and then they make the money based on that. So in order to truly understand what a market is being priced at, you just have to remove the VIG and find the fair odds. So that's exactly what the OddsJam page does here. Prices it at minus 109. So that gap between minus 109 and -105 on Caesars, that is what has positive expected value associated with it. The bigger the gap between these two numbers, the higher this percent is going to be. But to confirm, just because this is a lower percent doesn't mean it's a bad bet. I actually really, really like this one, even more than the one that has the higher percent. I'm still going to take this one. I still like it, but I like this one better, which is why I started with it first. Another thing that I really like about this bet, only 13 cents in market width. Market width is really just a way in which we can measure confidence in what OddsJam line is pricing their odds at. So it really just calculates the difference between both sides of the OddsJam line, so the over and the under. So -116 plus 103, 16 minus 3 equals 13. This bet has 13 cents in market width. Anything that is below 25 is something that I like betting. So for this one, I have my market width settings, my filters set at 25, but anything that is 15 and below is a really, really tight market that you should honestly should be considered with even more confidence because of that tight market, which is exactly what this one is. So the pitching matchup tomorrow between the Braves and the Mets is a decent one. It's okay. It's not great. It's not horrible. Kyle Wright, who's a pretty good pitcher for the Mets for the Braves, going against Carlos Carrasco, who's an okay pitcher for the Mets. But both of these offenses absolutely rake. Two really good offenses. So we're kind of backing the offenses in this regard. Over 8 runs, I think, is a really good bet. So that's why I locked this one in. And the last thing that I want to highlight about this bet, why it's such a profitable bet, is if you click anywhere on the page here, it'll just pull up odds and what every sportsbook prices this individual play at. And what we see here, literally every other book gives this over 8 as the most likely outcome. If you're just looking at this blindly, BetMGM -120, the under plus 100, favoring the over. PointsBet -115, the under -105, favoring the over. Caesars has the opposite. They're actually favoring the under. BetOnline, sharp offshore book. Bookmaker, another sharp book. The OddsJam line, the sharpest book in the world. All of these books think that the over is the most likely scenario, except for Caesars. So either Caesars is a genius, they're smarter than everybody, or they actually just have this one mispriced, which means that we should take advantage of it. I am betting on the latter in that scenario, which is why I put so much value on this one as a 3-unit bet. That's pretty high, up to 3 units. I've been messing with my unit sizes. I try not to go to 3 units a lot, but this one I just thought had a ton of value. So let me add this one to my bet tracker, 150. Click save, and that one's good to go. So there's one other play. Let me just refresh this. We're back in the Phillies against the Nationals. The Nats, 3 years away from winning the World Series, are one of the worst teams in the MLB. I'm almost positive they have the worst run differential. We can go and check that if we go to MLB.com. We go to standings. I'm pretty sure the Nats have the worst run differential in the entire MLB, but we can see. So right now, Kansas City -132. The Nats at -172, 20 runs worse than the second worst team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They just traded Juan Soto. They just traded Josh Bell. They're the worst team in the league by a pretty decent amount. So backing the Phillies, who admittedly, as a Philly sports fan, give me anxiety, really a fade of the Nationals sounds like a pretty good bet to make. And it is mathematically profitable. It's plus 140 on Caesars. The OddsJam line prices this at plus 127. And with the VIG removed, priced at plus 135. So again, there's a 5-cent gap between the no VIG odds and the odds that we are betting it at, between plus 135 and plus 140. So that equates to a profit margin of roughly 2% in a market width of 20. So all in all, everything checks out from a math perspective, checks out from a handicapping perspective as well, just knowing what we know about the Nationals, about the Phillies. The Phillies have Syndergaard on the mound, their new pitcher. I think while he's obviously not the pitcher that he used to be, I do think he's going to be fired up pitching for his new team. So this is going to be a 1.5 unit play for me. And this is going to be my second bet for tomorrow's MLB betting slate. So let me click place bet. We are good to go here. And this is my second and final play. So these are my 2 plays for tomorrow's betting slate, both on Caesars. Both are actually betting on 4 NL East teams, which is funny. The Mets versus Braves over 8 runs, minus 105 on Caesars. Phillies, Nationals, Phillies minus 2.5, plus 140 on Caesars. And that's going to be it. So I definitely recommend tailing these bets. If you do, I would love to hear it. Hit me up at my Twitter handle that you see on the top of the screen here. Comment on the video. Let me know you're tailing that way. Other than that, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. My job at OddsJam is to help kind of create some content on the YouTube channel to grow the YouTube channel. So it helps me out a ton if you like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, all that good stuff. But as far as this video goes, that is all I got for you. So I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. And have a good one.